Hello and welcome to Physical Therapy, a movie podcast inspired by the world of physical media and beyond. My name is Kurt.
My name is Sam.
We are joined by our producer, Kimberly. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, Kimberly.
Hello.
And not only that, our returning champion, Drew Hanks, is here. Hi, Drew.
Hello, what's up?
Drew.
We love Drew.
My name is Kurt Schmidt. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wait, it definitely isn't. It's Drew Hanks. Thank you for having me back. It's great to be here. Again.
Drew, last time we saw you, we talked a double feature of two Chris Farley classics.
Yes.
Black Sheep and Tommy Boy. And now you're back to talk another double feature of comedy classics starring Adam Sandler from the 90s, Billy Madison, and Happy Gilmore, recently released on 4K from our best friends at Kino Lorber.
Wow. Yes.
We threatened to do this episode then, and here it is.
There's also the Barnes & Noble Kino Lorber sale going on right now.
Yeah. Should this just lead right into confessions?
Oh, shit.
Have either of you purchased anything from said Kino Lorber sale?
Yes, I have. I got the 1949 Great Gatsby.
Okay.
And I got the Tom Berenger Rustler's Rhapsody.
Yo.
The danger of a Kino sale, I mean, of course there are classics, but then they also have, it's just like the other end of the spectrum, just these like completely deep cut movies that you've only barely ever heard of, you know?
Yeah.
And that's dangerous for a guy like me, because like that's the kind of the movie that I normally pick up more on physical media. It's great to be a guest on something like this because it gives me an excuse to, you know, pick up classics like Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore. Otherwise, I might not have jumped at it, but
yeah.
I've already watched each of these twice, you know.
I want to hear about this Tom Berenger one, and I know Sam does too.
I haven't watched it yet. Both of the movies that I picked up are examples of the other end of the spectrum, you know, the unearthed ones. Haley, my wife, and I watched The Great Gatsby, which was very, very good. I would definitely recommend it, especially for that price. It's unbelievable, but it's a great restoration, great transfer.
That's a Blu-ray, right?
It's a Blu-ray. Yeah, it's a 4K scan, but it is a Blu-ray.
Okay.
Alan Ladd of Shane fame
Yep.
plays our boy Jay. It's iconic. It just like kind of makes sense. And, you know, I think even on the back of the case, they kind of describe it about how like the book hadn't yet become exactly the, you know, everybody has to read this in high school kind of book that it became. So there is a little bit of like this timeliness to it, but I can't really speak on Rustler's Rhapsody yet.
What's it about, though?
It's a Western spoof.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a wacky, goofy Western as far as I'm aware.
With TB, huh?
Yeah, and he seems to be, yeah, kind of like playing off of those old school Western archetypes.
I love Tom Berenger, dude.
Me too. I was like, well, give me a reason. I walked into my favorite Barnes & Noble and saw Anti-Mike, actually.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. The return.
I threw up the blinders. I did not speak to him and because I knew I would get no help. I've also, figured out, you know, and you guys know this, I'm sure everyone listening knows this, but you can go on Barnes & Noble's site, choose your store, and just look at the entire inventory yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So I before we started recording, I said to the guys and Kimberly, I have a question for you, and maybe this is a good segue.
Hit us.
When you buy physical media, how much of it do you purchase drunk? And follow up, what are the type of things that you normally purchase drunk that you wouldn't purchase sober?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
A great question.
Well, let me use this as a segue into my confessions.
Everything's a segue.
It's a segue into the segue into the segue.
I drunkenly made an Amazon purchase, which rarely happens, but I'm cycling through all the Paul Thomas Anderson movies right now, leading up to One Battle After Another. and I didn't have licorice pizza. And I was kind of holding out hope that we would get a 4K. It doesn't seem to be coming anytime soon. So I drunkenly purchased licorice pizza while I was watching Punch Drunk Love. I wanted free shipping. So what I added to that order was the 4K of The Patriot and Fury.
Incredible.
So I got that package yesterday morning, and I was like, wait, what's in this again? And The Patriot, Fury, and licorice pizza fell out.
I don't think Amazon lets you buy the Patriot unless you're drunk.
My good friend Kurt told me that the 4K looks great, so I had to get it.
It looks so good.
Wow, what a great movie.
Yeah, not problematic in any way.
No, none of Mel Gibson's movies are problematic.
No.
Nothing about that guy. Obviously joking.
Yeah. I'd say what? I'd say if I make 10 purchases of physical media a month.
Yeah, which is shooting low.
Sure. Yeah. I'd say 3 to 4 of those are after 1 to 9 beers.
Yeah. Kurt, how about you, buddy?
Oh, man. Just deciding how I want to answer this.
Sometimes it just gives you the power to pull the trigger on a cart that you've already made sober.
Exactly. That I was going to say that is usually what happens to me. Yeah.
The carts are already loaded. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
It'd be really fun to divide the collection, though, and see which
drunken
ones.
purchases.
Yeah. They deserve their own wing.
Okay, what about you, Drew? Do you?
I definitely do, and I could, like Kurt said, I could easily just like divide the section, of my collection. It would be obvious. You could walk in and be like, okay, that was a drunken purchase.
Yeah.
So I've been like trying to drink just once a week or something like that. I've been trying to, monitor it to that extent. I had some beers last night and I found myself just on my phone, doing the online shopping. Mm-hmm. And I almost bought the 4K of Riddick. The third Riddick, not Pitch Black, not Chronicles of Riddick, just a studio release of Riddick.
Wow.
But I didn't do it. And I think that's a big step for me. And
even your drunken self said, no, not this one.
How do you feel about it this morning, Drew?
A little regret.
Yeah.
A little regret.
Exactly.
It's like the, split personality thing where you're like, I wish that guy would have done that. Yeah. So then sober me would have Riddick.
You had your shot.
Yeah.
Kurt, did you end up picking up anything from the Kino sale?
No, I do have some Kinos to confess, though, that are pre-orders.
Cool.
Not from the sale.
Brutal.
I think in October, Kino's dropping 4 Abbott and Costello 4Ks. Drew.
Really?
One of which you talked about on this show. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man. And Abbott and Costello Meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Speaking of split personalities.
So all of their horror movies.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
On top of the 4 that Kurt is talking about, there is a box set coming out with all of their horror outings. So there's one that isn't Abbott and Costello Meet Somebody. I'm blanking on the title.
Yeah, it's Hold That Ghost.
Yeah. So that's included in the box set as well. Wow. This box set, all 4K coming from Kino, but does not have individual slips on the individual movies.
Yeah, I went with the individuals, so I won't be getting Hold That Ghost.
I almost bought the entire collection that I think Shout put out some years ago. I've been working my way through some comedy duo classics. I bought the Kino collection of the Road 2 movies, the Bing Crosby, Bob Hope, Dorothy Lamour movies.
I love those. They're
so great.
Some of my favorites.
Yeah. I've watched, I think, 4 out of the 7 or 8 that there are, and I'm loving them. They're all first-time watches for me. So the only reason I haven't picked up the Shout of Abbott and Costello is because I'm working through that. But damn, I'm happy I waited. This is great news.
Yeah. So that's happening.
Wow. Yeah, you'll love Meet Frankenstein.
It's so good.
That's kind of the best entryway to those guys.
Well, guess what? There's a Blu-ray of it downstairs that I got when you came on our show, I think the first time, Drew, and it's still sitting there.
Oopsies! Did I do that?
That's my problem with Kino is I feel like I can't wait for these sales, and because they're not as expensive as Criterion's. Like,
Exactly.
Yep.
and so they're easier to get right away. But then these sales happen, and I question everything about my life.
They're also a company who does sales on their own website quite often.
Yes.
So I would say that a majority of the Kinos that I have bought in my life have been on sale, which is great.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, Sam. Any confessions on your end?
No, yeah, dude. I, hit the Barnes & Noble sale, of course. Dogtooth was available for pre-order on sale, so I scooped that up.
Hell yeah.
I grabbed Miracle Mile, which I've never seen, but has been described to me as After Hours, but in LA instead of New York.
Who's in that?
One of the dudes who's on ER.
George Clooney.
I don't think it's George Clooney or Noah Wiley.
Is it Anthony Edwards?
Yes, it's Anthony Edwards. Okay. 2 horror movies, Fright and Silent Scream, both on 4K. Don't know anything about these movies. And then I had to get Walter Hill's Undisputed, starring Wesley Snipes and Ving Rhames.
Wow.
Dang, I've never seen that. How is that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
This was a complete blind buy.
Nice.
So we'll see when all these get here, if any of them are good in any way.
Sam, I don't think that's supposed to be good.
Undisputed? Oh, it's probably going to be terrible. Isn't it like 2003?
Something like that. Yeah, you can report back on that one.
Walter Hill, all I'll say is he's got a window.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
He has a window.
Drew, I also pre-ordered from Lionsgate Limited Hider in the House on Blu-ray, which I talked about last episode a little bit.
Oh, nice.
You, of course, introduced me to that masterpiece.
Wow. What a great movie.
Sam, you got to see it.
Yeah, again, there's a cart sitting on Lionsgate's Limited website with Hider in the House and Daybreakers on 4K.
Ooh.
What's up with Daybreakers, dude?
I remember enjoying it. It was kind of like that. There was this little lull in horror movies. It was kind of post your favorite Texas Chainsaw remake fad, and then pre, elevated horror.
Sure.
And so in that lull, you get like Daybreakers and The Purge and kind of these little movies like that. I remember enjoying both of them. They both have Ethan Hawke, right?
Yeah. I love the Purge series.
Mm-hmm.
And Daybreakers, the cast is nuts. It's Willem Dafoe, Ethan Hawke, Sam Neill.
Wow. I forgot he was in it.
It's got to be awesome, right? It's got to be awesome.
I remember digging it, but it did come out in a weird time, too.
I think it came out when Kurt and I lived in the garage, actually.
When you were Cars?
In that month?
In the month we lived in the garage when we had both transformed into cars.
Wow. So that explains why you didn't see it.
It makes perfect sense.
You were a automobile.
Sam, you were only in there for a month. I don't think you can phrase it like that.
Okay, fine. We're going to do it that way.
Wow, this is deep lore.
I was the first human being to live in that garage.
Oh my God.
And all I had to my name was a fan and a bed.
We gotta move on. We can't get stuck in the garage.
A fan in a bed.
Hider in the garage.
And a carpet square.
And a signed 8x10 of Tom Berenger.
To close out the Kino sale talk, I'm definitely going to go back and pick up like all of these comedies that they've been releasing on 4K that finally have been waiting to pull the trigger on, like Kingpin.
Coneheads,
Kingpin, Mouse Hunt. There's another, Wayne's World 2.
Yeah.
They only have a Blu-ray of Tropic Thunder, but I'm just like, fuck it, I'm going to get the Blu-ray. Because they're out of the 4K copy at Anti-Mike's location. So that's going to be the finale for me.
What's up with Airplane 2? They have that.
I've never seen it.
Neither have I.
The sequel. Airplane 2, the sequel.
Yeah. Incredible name.
Announcements? There's a lot.
Ooh.
We got some Criterions coming. A little movie called Pee-wee's Big Adventure on 4K, directed by Tim Burton. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Incredible. One of the best.
One of the best.
They're doing His Girl Friday on 4K. That already exists in one of the Columbia sets.
Yes, I do.
Also,
have
we
that.
have the Blu-ray. I'm looking at it right now.
We have the 4K from the Columbia set.
Whatever.
Wow. Whatever.
Whatever.
Kimberly. Have you learned nothing?
Oh my God.
F1 is coming. Apple for the win. Although the aspect ratio on Blu-ray.com is listed as 239 throughout.
Ooh, that's lame.
So it sounds like the IMAX sequences are not in IMAX, and I am devastated.
Who's releasing that?
I think Paramount,
Interesting. Okay.
because they had the theatrical distribution for it.
Yeah. Fucking Apple.
I second that.
A little movie called Memento is coming out in 4K from Umbrella, right?
Yeah. Do we think that will get a North American release, or are you going to just get the Umbrella one?
That's a great question. I would imagine. I feel like it's a popular enough title that
I feel like, yeah. Doesn't history show that usually Umbrella like cranks them out and then they get North American releases?
Yeah, I know they are doing the transfer for it. So I'm sure that somebody else will license it to put it out here.
okay.
If you buy from the Umbrella website at $140, I think you get free US shipping.
Good
Oh,
lord.
cool.
That's so many bucks though.
That's a few bucks.
Yeah, but like what? I just spent $100 on like 4 Kinos that I've never heard of in my life. Like it's not that much at the end of the day.
Oh my god. A24 X trilogy on 4K. This is
Okay.
X,
Yawn.
Maxine, and Pearl. Although, Pearl, baby,
Pearl's great.
there's a 4K of Pearl coming from Second Sight,
Yeah,
which is very exciting.
Whoa.
which is great. So Second Sight is doing both Maxine and Pearl as standalone 4Ks,
That's great news.
which is great because then you can avoid the 2 bad ones and get the good one.
And it's also Second Sight. It's like a win-win.
Yeah, Second Sight's boxes are incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have like a German release of this movie, Pearl, on 4K. So I'm conflicted because I don't need this, but this one looks so much better than what I have.
God.
Yours is like one of those bigger media books, right?
It is. It's like a slightly taller one.
I've got a couple of those.
I'll probably just stick with that, but very cool that they're doing this.
Scream Factory's Day of the Dead, which just had its 4K restoration screening at Vidiot's in LA.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't have a date yet, but it is coming, I believe, this year in a collector's edition 4K. I can't wait. This is an early wish for me. One of my favorite Romero movies. I don't think it ever gets the love that it deserves, but I'm stoked to pick this up.
Couldn't agree more. Underrated gem.
Without a doubt.
I have the soundtrack on vinyl.
Me too.
I listen to that all the time.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Cohen Media is doing a 4K of Howard's End. Kim?
That's a must. I love it.
Another big one for me that I'm so excited for. I'm not sure who's doing this, but according to Dawn of the Discs, we're going to get a 4K of Network. Sidney Lumet's incredible
Really?
1970s Faye Dunaway, William Holden movie. It's amazing.
I can't wait to see it. I've never seen it. I can't
Oh, it's
believe I've
so
never
good.
seen it.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a movie that has been on a Blu-ray list to buy for so long that I just was like, I'll wait for the 4K. And it's been years and I've been really wanting to rewatch it. So that's great news, Skirt.
I feel like it would be Criterion, but I don't know. Usually I feel like if things are going to be Criterion, like that name is attached to it right when the rumor comes out.
Yeah.
It's so sad that like a movie like Network takes this long to get onto 4K.
It's crazy.
But we could get Beastmaster like day one.
Dude, what's up with Beastmaster? We keep talking about it.
Guys, are you sleeping on Beastmaster?
I'm sleeping on it, man. I've had a copy of it in my house for like 5 years.
Come on, pop it in. It's great. I love Beastmaster. It's like Conan by way of Phantasm.
Yeah,
You know?
hell yeah. Okay, the big one, and there's no details on it whatsoever, but the rumor is a Barbarian 4K or physical release is in the works. Zach Kreger, the director, has announced this, and he says it's coming.
Hell yeah.
Fucking sign me up, dude.
What's up with Excalibur? That's coming out on 4K.
I've never seen it.
I love that movie.
Do you?
Yeah.
I remember digging it.
Is Sean Connery in that movie?
I I don't think so.
Are you thinking of Zardoz?
I don't think so.
Conflating your John Bormans?
Wait, I think I'm confusing this. I don't think I've seen this one. Dragonheart is what I'm thinking of.
Nice.
Kim, you love Dragonheart?
Yeah.
Sean Connery is in Dragonheart.
Yes. Yes. No, there's also, yeah. Anyway, I love all that shit.
Kim, we're like on our 9,000th episode of this show, and we're just learning that you're a Dragonheart head.
And we've talked about Dragonheart on the show
100
as
times.
well.
It's like all we
There's
talk
also,
about.
wait, there's something else. Hold on. Keep going. Keep talking. There's another movie in this realm that I like a lot.
In the Rain of Fire is another one, right?
No,
Rain of Fire.
I love Rain of Fire.
In the Line of Fire. In the line of a dragon's heart.
God, where is Rain of Fire on 4K? I mean, we're not. I've wished for it already, but come on.
In a heartbeat. I'm buying Excalibur, dude. The cover's awesome. We got street dates for both Minority Report and Catch Me If You Can.
Standard versions too were announced for those, not just steelbooks.
So those are both December 9th.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I have the like Blu-ray of Minority Report.
Yeah.
Just like the whatever studio release, you know? Minority Report, it still looks great. It's got that real filmic Blu-ray 1080p look to it.
Catch Me If You Can too is an amazing Blu-ray.
Really.
I'm excited for both of those.
Yeah, I feel like these are going to be just amazing. But yes, Drew, not to insist that one must upgrade because they are great.
I just love popping in one of those every now and then and be like, it was always sick.
Yeah.
A good disc is a good disc. It's timeless.
Should we segue?
That's a good segue.
Another segue.
You know the guy who invented the Segway segued off a cliff to his death?
Yes. I think that's so darkly funny. I think about that all the time. Did you know that? It's so funny.
That's the ultimate segue.
The ultimate. The only.
Okay, gentlemen, Billy Madison. Recently released on 4K from Kino Lorber. This is a 1995 comedy starring Adam Sandler, directed by Tamra Davis, about a young man named Billy Madison, whose father is a wealthy hotel tycoon. And Billy is spending his days getting absolutely shit-faced with his friends on the grounds of his father's mansion and wasting his life. And his father is looking to the future and figuring out who is going to take over his company, and decides to leave it to one of his executives, who's played by Bradley Whitford, who is, by all accounts, an asshole. And Billy does not want to see this happen. So he tries to convince his father to leave the company to him. Of course, his dad is like, I don't think you're cut out for this.
I've paid off every teacher you've ever had. You're like so dumb.
Yeah.
You can't do this.
Since kindergarten, I've paid off every teacher to give you good grades. And so Billy works out a deal with his father that he will go back to school, starting with kindergarten, complete every grade in 2 weeks apiece, and if he can pass, the company will be his. So this movie's about a grown man going back to kindergarten.
Back to school. Back to school.
And it might be the best movie ever made. It might be the best 4K ever made.
Holy shit, what a disc.
What a disc.
God, it's beautiful.
So was this a movie that you guys, I mean, we're all about the same age. Was this a movie that you guys had on VHS when you were growing up?
Absolutely. I mean,
Absolutely.
This and Happy Gilmore,
Yeah.
you know, and the Farleys that we talked about were just absolute, like, church.
We didn't have these at my house, so I watched them at friends.
Okay.
And I've seen these movies thousands of times, but it's a weird thing where, like, I remember little bits of the movie, but I don't remember it as a whole by any means.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely one of those movies when you have your kid brain version of it and it makes complete sense. And then when you revisit it, you're just like, wait, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
I thought this section was like 2 hours long. This section's like 1 minute.
Yeah.
Like I thought, and granted, like this is just me like extrapolating, you know, like I've revisited this movie time and time again. This isn't my first time watching it since watching it as a kid. But I always felt like his friend with the glasses, you know, peeing is cool. Peeing your pants is cool. That kid. Like, I always thought their friendship was like much more substantial and emotional. But it's really just that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in like 3 scenes.
Yeah. But that's, just an example of kid brain.
Without a doubt. I thought it was really funny going back to rewatch this disc. I had probably seen it within like 5 to 8 years, but sitting down and watching it the other day, I found the first 25, 30 minutes of this movie to be like extremely grating.
Yes.
Like all the Adam Sandler, Billy, like a drunk idiot bits, I remember thinking were hilarious when I was a kid. Couldn't get enough of it. Nudie Magazine Day, the penguin, the bath with the shampoo and the conditioner. And when I was watching it through the eyes of a 37-year-old, I was like, this isn't funny, and I do not like this.
Wow.
I wouldn't agree with that. My exclaim of yes was just that, like, it's an example of like how these comedies of this era they do a lot of legwork at the top to get to the functionality of the narrative. And it's the same with Happy Gilmore. Then you're just like in the movie for the rest of the fucking movie. And it's almost just like, why are you even creating all of this? Nowadays the movie just like starts, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think one of the interesting things about Billy Madison is that the minute he gets to school or is waiting for the bus to go to school that first day, that's when I feel like the movie really kicks in and it gets very funny. And I'm not trying to like shit on this movie by any means.
Yeah.
But having watched it so close to having just watched Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Their characters are very similar, but Tommy is like a likable idiot and Billy is like a very unlikable idiot.
It really made me laugh this time. Like when I just remembered as a kid, you're watching the first 20 minutes of this movie just being like, Billy is like, is there something wrong with his, like, is there something wrong with him? Like, I just remember not being able to like understand why he was so stupid. But watching it this last time, I just was laughing so hard. I just had no understanding that he's just like hammered the first half an hour of this movie.
They do a lot of weird things to communicate the idea of being drunk without showing a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the penguin, I think just is that's just like their way of being like, what's a way that like kids would laugh at someone being drunk without like just portraying somebody being inebriated.
Exactly. And like as a kid, I didn't really notice, I don't think, that like his little golf cart is just like filled with empty beer cans.
Yeah.
I just remember being like, wow, he just really got too much sun.
I think it's another like kid brain thing. You just like really don't care. And like I think that's like one of the best things about this movie is that like he just goes so hard for like what a kid might find funny. And like there's something so beautiful about that.
But I remember like, we talked a little bit about this with Black Sheep and Tommy Boy, but my parents like hated this movie. It was like not something that I would put on and they would laugh at all. Yeah,
there was definitely the like low brow stigma to Sandler. And obviously this is his first like lead comedy vehicle. And I guess we should talk real quick just about like it's also the Tim Herlihy and Adam Sandler, written by classic duo for Adam Sandler vehicles. This is the origin story. This episode we're talking about right now is the origin story for what a Adam Sandler comedy vehicle is.
Yeah, I mean, he's credited on like all the major ones, right?
Yeah, they go back. I think they were roommates and then their SNL days.
I just love the tone of this movie, especially like the first 20 minutes. I know, I hear what you're saying, Sam, but it's so colorful. It's so light, like the 90s kind of music that kicks in right at the Universal logo.
Yeah.
The font of the titles, it's like a Crayola vibe. Like,
yes.
It's also that perfect, it's PG-13, so we could watch it when we were younger and there was something that kind of felt dangerous about it, but like still very set in like the pastel look of the 90s. Going into watching these movies back to back, I was like, I think Billy Madison is funnier than Happy Gilmore. I'm not sure I ended there, but I still very much think this movie is incredible. If not only for Brad Whitford, who is like next level funny in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, funny thing that I was reading. And this is just on Wikipedia, so it's probably not true. But I guess there's a lot of people that were like getting up for the running for Eric the part of Eric, one of which was Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Wow.
No way.
And he turned it down.
No way.
We get that later in Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
So I watched Punch Drunk Love in between watching Billy Madison
Oh, wow.
and Happy Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, what I really did was watched Billy Madison, then watched Boogie Nights, then the next day I watched Punch Drunk Love, then the next day I watched Happy Gilmore.
God damn.
One of the funny things that I found about watching Punch Drunk Love in between them is there's the scene in Billy Madison where his dad agrees to the bet where if Billy can go to school and graduate, he can run the company.
Uh-huh.
And Billy gets really excited and dances down the stairs.
Yeah.
There is so much of that dance in the dance that he does in the grocery store in Punch Drunk Love when he's buying all the pudding.
That's sweet.
And I was like, I wonder how much of this is that is what Adam Sandler feels very comfortable doing in terms of a dance, and how much Paul Thomas Anderson was like, remember the dance in Billy Madison. It was really cool to watch all three of these movies in a row, to watch the arc of Sandler at that point.
Totally. Here's a good segue. The use of music in a Sandler movie is essential, right? It's like just as tone setting as the comedy itself.
Mm-hmm.
This Kino disc comes with the audio commentary by the director Tamra Davis, and she mentioned how all the music choices, as far as like needle drops, more or less were Sandler's insistence. Those are like, him being like, it's got to be, Boy George as I'm dancing down the stairs,
That's a huge part of Happy Gilmore is what I've read is that all of the needle drops in Happy Gilmore are exactly what you're saying, Drew, is that they're his taste in music. So it's like, if you really want to understand the Adam Sandler mythos, just listen to those songs over and over again.
Totally.
Dude, the scene where I think it's right after Billy graduates first grade and there's a party at his dad's house and Brad Whitford is like tied at the ankle to a first grader because they're doing that race and he's losing and he's like screaming at the kid. I was peeing in my pants, dude. I was laughing so hard.
Peeing in your pants is cool, Sam.
Yeah.
And just come on, the bus drive. Chris Farley plays a bus driver in this movie.
Oh,
and
my God, dude.
At one point, he yells at a bunch of kids to keep it down, and somebody throws like a sandwich at the back of his head. And he doesn't really have much of an auditory reaction, but he's gripping the steering wheel and shaking and turning beet red. It is so funny.
Yeah, I guess he had drank like 6 shots of espresso before he filmed his scenes, and he would be holding his breath before they rolled just to achieve more reddening in his face.
That's amazing.
And I think, if I understood what the director was saying on the commentary, Tommy Boy was being filmed at the same time or around the same time.
Okay.
This movie, well, both Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore were shot in Canada. I think this was shot in Toronto, but so was Tommy Boy. And so I guess there were times where they'd be staying all at the same hotel.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to listen to that commentary for some fun stories, but it would be like Chris Farley, Adam Sandler. So they would all be in a hotel room, and I guess Gwyneth Paltrow was there too, and it was just like this random who's who of Hollywood, during Toronto shoots staying at this hotel.
That's so funny.
So funny.
How about the scene 50 minutes in when Norm Macdonald just wakes up and he goes, "Hey, where's Billy?"
Yeah. He's got some great lines. Like when they're watching the news announcement and he's like, "Hold on, it might be somebody else." Yeah.
Dude, Bradley Whitford making faces at Billy during the beginning, dinner scene with his father's, business associates. It just kills me.
With the parsley in his teeth.
Yeah.
It's tea. Kill him! Oh, man. The dad, Brian Madison.
Incredible Incredible performance.
Darren McGavin. Yeah. But yeah, what a legendary father performance. And I think looking back now, I'm like, this is why I love Kolchak so much, because he's Brian Madison.
And he's the dad in Christmas Story, right?
Yeah, he's the best.
He's the best. He's just like a warm hug.
Yeah.
But a little tie-in to Happy Gilmore, Darren McGavin, Shooter McGavin. That's got to be, you know what I mean?
Where it came from.
Yeah, because they were writing Happy Gilmore at the same time that they were filming Billy Madison.
Wow. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect segue, Drew. Perfect segue. Mr. Segue.
Vroom, vroom.
Happy Gilmore comes out the next year, which is insane.
It's insane.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Dude.
And this is, of course, Adam Sandler as a failed hockey player realizing that he can drive a golf ball farther than anyone else and trying to make enough money golfing to buy back his grandma's
Foreclosed on house.
Yes. And he brings like a hot-headed hockey attitude to the world of professional golf.
This one kind of, I think, as just a movie, the like plot gets started way quicker in this one.
Yeah. It's got a much clearer drive.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
It's just as absurdist as Billy Madison in a different way, but so fucking funny.
So fucking funny.
I still think maybe one of the most quotable movies of all time. I haven't watched, I mean, I guess we can talk about this. Have you, either of you, watched the new one, the sequel that came out this year?
I did not.
I did.
And?
Well, you know, I think it's what you get when you get a Sandler vehicle. I think there's this funny thing where nowadays people want to, just because you are nostalgic about a movie doesn't mean that it's a great movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I love Happy Gilmore, but let's be real. It's not the greatest movie ever made, but I love it. I love it.
I think it's my favorite comedy of all time.
Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa, that was close.
That would be my second.
But yeah, you know, it's a mixed bag, and you know, it's not a theatrical release, you know, so it's 2 hours long, which is fucking nuts. The thing that it does that I love about Happy Gilmore 2 is that it is actually a sequel. Like, he is how old the character would be if he was Happy Gilmore making a new Happy Gilmore movie, whereas like so many other movies, they have these, you know, belated sequels that are just remakes, you know? Mm-hmm. And so Happy Gilmore 2 is at least a sequel and at least a comedy.
I have heard that there are some great bits in it, but like as a 2-hour movie, it falls very flat.
And it sucks because you're not seeing it with an audience. And like, that's what, like, imagine fucking seeing Happy Gilmore 1 with a crowd. You know what I mean? Like, that would kill.
I did not see this in the theater.
No, but I think we all grew up watching it on VHS with friends or cousins or whoever. And you're, you know, in our case, like a bunch of little boys sitting in a basement watching this movie, like rewinding a part 5 times in a row just to quote it again.
Absolutely.
Happy Gilmore is mentored by a former professional golfer played by the late, great Carl Weathers.
So good in this movie.
Chubbs.
It's all in the hips.
The last time I watched this was the day he died. I put that on
the
good. Blu-ray. Yeah.
That's good.
Drew, about that scene, the it's all in the hips scene.
In the hips.
And he like grabs him from behind and he starts doing that.
Hips.
I wonder how much of it was improv, because there's a scene where like when it cuts back to Adam Sandler and he's about to break character and he's like, get off me.
Yeah. Oh, and there's another one. It's just like kind of played for laughs, like big in Billy Madison with the lunch lady and the sloppy joes. And he's like, lady, you're scaring us. You know, like he has that thing where sometimes he knows it's funnier if he's just doing it this way. You know what I mean? And okay, so this disc comes with a audio commentary, and it's not anyone who worked on the movie, but they're big fans, and it was informative, definitely, and then, you know, just their opinions and stuff, and which was interesting to listen to. But they did make a little nod that I wasn't aware of, that Carl Weathers not having his right hand is a nod to Predator.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
Because he loses his right arm or right hand, right? In Predator.
Yeah, it's his whole arm, I think.
Yeah, and I never put that together, but I was like, oh shit, that makes a lot of sense.
Are they actually the same character?
He somehow got out of the jungle.
Yeah.
Made up a backstory.
Yeah.
Damn predator bit my arm.
Yeah, and he's got the head of it.
Yeah.
A great bit in Happy Gilmore when Happy accidentally hits his fake hand off and he goes, oh, don't worry, it's indestructible. And then a car runs over it.
Real sturdy, made out of wood.
I also love how, he clearly, of course, Carl Weathers doesn't have a fake hand, but his right arm
Oh my God,
in
yeah.
Happy Gilmore is like six
So
times
long.
longer than his other arm.
So long.
One thing that still surprises me about this when I watch it is that it's PG-13. I mean, like one of the things that made me watch this over and over as a kid is there's these kind of televised scenes while Happy's golfing where he freaks out
Yes.
and says the F word like 50 times in a row, but
Right.
they're bleeping it out, but they are doing like the absolute bare minimum
Yeah.
of bleeping where like
Yeah.
it may as well not be bleep. So, when you're 10 years old, you get to hear fuck like over and over in all these incredible ways, these usages of it that I couldn't get enough of. Even watching it now, I'm just shocked that they got away with it because it's like barely bleeped.
Yeah, also, real quick, back to Billy Madison. There is an F-bomb in
Oh,
that.
an incredible F-bomb.
Yeah, when the happy dog story.
Yeah.
You find your fucking dog!
Get off your ass and find that fucking dog.
Yeah, his anger, is like the Sand. This is probably the emergence of the Sandler anger.
Yeah.
As far as like it being a thematic exploration of a character.
It really is like a through line of his work. I mean, it's in Punch Drunk Love. He made a movie called Anger Management. When they keep cutting to, I don't know who it is, but it's like is he a pro golfer like in real life?
Yeah, who is that guy?
Lee Trevino.
Who is
His
that?
name. He's a pro golfer.
Okay. They just keep cutting to him shaking his head silently.
No matter where. Yeah. Like when Chubbs dies, he's looking up.
Yeah.
And he's arms raised. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Yeah.
And then, we got to talk about Christopher McDonald, who plays Shooter
Yeah.
McGavin.
Oh, my
the
God.
Pompous professional golfer who thinks Happy has no place in the sport. Is just one of the greatest villains of all time.
Without a doubt.
Perfect performance.
When he turns around and sees Jaws from
Richard Kyle.
Yeah.
Keel.
Yeah. Keel. Excuse me.
Oh my God. I had to hit it off Frankenstein's fat foot.
When Richard goes, and you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot after this.
Yeah.
Is still one of the best things ever, dude.
And his t-shirt, "Guns don't kill people, I do." Everything is just perfect about that character.
His delivery of, I believe that belongs to Mr. Gilmore. Running after him to kill him.
It's that scene where they're all chasing Shooter at the very end. And Shooter's trying to put the jacket on in slow-mo. And Richard, he's such a big dude. Yeah, and his arms are just pumping like towards the sky. I still find it to be truly one of the funniest endings ever.
Totally.
And this is probably the first time I ever saw Ben Stiller, this movie, too.
Yeah.
Who is unbelievable as
Hal?
a two-faced orderly in a nursing home that Happy's grandmother has
So
to go
good.
to with a handlebar mustache.
Well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty.
Warm you up an extra glass of "shut the hell up" or whatever it is that he says.
Now you will go to sleep or I will put you to sleep.
You're in my world now, Grandma.
And I think it's the same year as Cable Guy, if I'm not
Wow.
mistaken.
Wow.
Which Stiller directed, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And Frances Bay, who plays Happy's grandmother, is just the
Legend.
best.
Yeah.
She's in Blue Velvet.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's in Twin Peaks. Wild at Heart. She's a Lynch staple.
Oh, she is in Wild at Heart. Yeah. And come on, Joe Flattery, who plays like a heckler in the crowd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who just keeps telling Happy that he sucks.
Yeah, jackass.
Yeah, jackass. But his whole bit of continuing to ask Shooter to go out to chain restaurants with
I
him.
know, yeah. Meet at Sizzler.
He's like on the phone at one point. He's like, yeah, I'm just down here at the Sizzler.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, both of these movies, they are filled with like Comedy World people and kind of start that tradition of like we're gonna get so and so to be in this movie, and like the outrageous cameos, like the Bob Barker infamous cameo.
Amazing. So good.
Also, yeah, speaking of, I'm getting sidetracked, but to go back to the discussion of hearing swears versus not hearing swears. I definitely had a taped copy of the televised edit. That's like what I would watch more of. Happy Gilmore. Like, we didn't own like a store-bought copy of the theatrical release. It was like we would fast forward through the commercials. So for me, the line always in my head is, "The price is wrong, Bobby." And,
oh, wow.
Which
Funny.
to me is like way funnier than like, "The price is wrong, bitch." You know? Yeah, it's just one of those things where every time I hear it now, it sounds wrong.
That's hilarious. Remember when you would tape a movie off cable and you would watch it so much that you would memorize like the commercials?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you'd like know to press play again when like it's at the middle of an Oreos commercial or whatever it is.
Yeah. Totally.
What a time to be alive, dude.
Absolutely. And speaking of ads, we get creative
oh my God.
product placement.
The
yeah.
subway of it all of this movie was mesmerizing to me last night.
It's kind of probably the most artful product placement example out there. Like, if I had to...
I mean, there's literally... They put a Subway commercial in this movie. You watch this movie theatrically, and there's a Subway commercial that you just watch at some point.
Yes, exactly.
It's crazy.
The transition is so good when he's like, "I just want to enjoy this."
Yeah.
Cold cut combo.
And then he's in a Subway shirt for the rest of the movie. It's nuts, dude. This watch through, my favorite character was the Kevin Nealon character, who's just like an existential golfer.
Guru,
who just like, he's got two scenes. Both of his monologues are insane in the scenes. Even because when Happy first meets him, Kevin Nealon gives him this whole monologue, and then he goes, "Okay, psycho."
Yeah. He's just like, and Kevin Nealon is like such a staple of like that era. He just steals the fucking show.
Well, he can play those characters so straight.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have that underlying anger in him, so that like that weird monologue that he gives about sending the ball home and
home.
And the cosmos and
It
everything.
wants to be home.
Yeah.
Everyone is so funny in this. And we get the first Alan Covett, as the Otto, the caddy.
When he picks up the
love
quarter,
him.
Kevin
Oh
Nealon
my
puts down the
God.
quarter to mark his ball.
Takes it, yeah. And then he's using a Ritz cracker.
And Happy is using his grandfather's clubs, and he just has like a sock over the driver. So he takes it off and he throws it at the caddy. Otto catches it, smells it, and then like tucks it into his vest.
Yeah. And when he's washing his undies in the ball rinser.
Yeah.
Dude,
Then the
that
close-up of
cut
his
to
ass.
his butt is so funny. It's so like...
It's just like just static shot of an ass.
Yeah.
so good. This disc is unreal.
It looked
Like,
great. It looked great.
Yeah. We talked about this with Tommy Boy, but it's so fun to see things that you've seen 1,000 times in a whole new way. I noticed the Lacoste
Yes.
joke
The double
for the first time.
The double
Yeah.
Lacoste. He's got two
Yeah,
gators
that
on
Carl
his,
Weathers he's always wearing Lacoste with an alligator logo on it.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
He's literally wearing a polo and then a cardigan like thing over
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I know the poor costume department must have had to make all of his sweaters like one arm's like 6 times longer than the other.
Yeah. These look unbelievable. It is crazy, so crazy to get to see these movies. Like it's like watching them again for the first time, like without a doubt.
I think it's so cool because of when we grew up and our main access to movies at that point was VHS or watching something on cable, to now have these editions that look better than they ever have, and the way that it was meant to be captured and seen. You know, it's a bummer that I'm not seeing Happy Gilmore in a theater every time that I put it on, but it is so great that I can put this 4K on and it look pretty much exactly how they intended it to look in 1996. Like, that's awesome, dude.
Remember when they first announced this 4K and it was listed as having an 8K scan, which is not true.
Yeah. That had to be a typo, right?
It had to be.
It really thrilled me, though.
It's same. And I was like, they probably like rescanned it for the new one, and so they have this like crazy copy of it. But yeah, I mean, it looks unreal, like as it is.
So, out of the two of these, did you guys watch one more than the other when you were kids? Did you like one more than the other? Kurt, you just said this is probably your favorite comedy ever made, but did you feel that way when you were younger?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely watched this one more. I remember we would go to my cabin, and whenever my friend Danny would come, we would honestly just like play this, rewind it, play it again, rewind it, play it again. Like we would watch it 3 times in one day.
Totally.
I was obsessed with this movie.
I don't know which one I watched more, but I do just have an affinity towards Billy Madison that I can't shake it.
Yeah.
And it's just like very, very obvious upon rewatching them. But I will say, I do think that Happy Gilmore has the better script. I do think like it's just much cleaner. You know, there's a lot of similarities as far as like they both hinge upon financial means and competitions. But I do think that Billy Madison definitely has like just inherent flaws in the motivation. And just the fact that like Billy is the one that comes up with the scheme is like a cheat in my brain. You know, like it's just like it doesn't work because of that. But it doesn't matter because it's Billy Madison. And it's a kid's movie. I
think one of the really like interesting parts of Billy Madison is that he doesn't take the job at the end.
Oh, that's the best part.
Yeah,
like the sentiment is the best about the best thing about them by far.
Him giving the job to Carl.
Yeah,
Crazy Carl.
Carl's incredible.
My favorite line in Billy Madison is, "Carl, hello, good to see you."
After like being silent for 30 seconds.
To give it to him, I think it does all the right things. Absolutely.
It's cute. It's not just cute, but it's like I think it's a very interesting and important thing that he gives the job to Carl, and then he says he wants to become a teacher. And it's like, okay, this is what his dad has been asking him to do this entire time, where it's not necessarily lead the company, but it's what is your path? Like, what are you going to figure out?
Definitely.
And there's that turn in Happy Gilmore as well, where she says to him, "You're not a hockey player. You're a failed hockey player. This was never going to be your life. You have to start thinking of yourself as a golfer." And that is kind of what unlocks his potential.
So did you have a favorite, Sam, growing up?
I remember seeing Billy Madison really early on and finding that first 30 minutes to be the funniest thing ever. And so I think I just always in my heart of hearts, I was like, Billy Madison is funnier. And upon the rewatch now, Happy Gilmore is just a tighter, better movie that I find to be a little bit funnier. But we didn't own either of these. So it was like we would rent them, or I would go to a friend's house and watch them. But I wouldn't say these were movies that I played 1,000 times when I was a kid.
Gotcha.
Well, now you can, Sam. You got these brand new shiny 4Ks.
I know. I'm happy to have both of them.
Kurt, what are you laughing at?
Hey, where are you going with those clubs, punk? Mr. Gilmore, I'm your caddy. Throws him. Okay, before we go, it's time to put wishes out into the physical media universe for titles on formats that do not yet exist. Drew, as our special guest, you can go first.
I wish for a 4K copy of Big Daddy.
That was going to be mine. I wish
Sucks
for
to suck.
I wish for a 4K copy of Little Nicky from Kino.
I wish for a 4K copy of Anger Management.
Wow, there's a theme.
Hey. I think Jack Nicholson is a big person on this show, and what better way to capture his personality than with Adam Sandler in a movie that I saw in theaters and have not seen since. I couldn't tell you if it's good or not, but I want to rewatch this movie so badly.
I think it's pretty good. I watched it a few years ago for the first time. It's nobody's best work, but
Sure.
I'm happy to have it, you know?
When he throws that egg sandwich at him, when he's like, I said over easy. And then Jack Nicholson pours himself a bowl of Alphabet cereal, and he goes, Alphabet's always a culinary delight.
I just remember the mantra, Goose Fraba.
Little Nicky is one that I didn't really have much of a relationship to be honest. I feel like it was kind of like post Big Daddy, right? And maybe was when I was sort of tapering off of seeing every Sandler movie.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I saw it. He plays the devil's son, is that right?
Yeah.
Who gets like put on Earth.
He's got a crazy lisp.
Yeah. And he's like kind of like goth, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to revisit it. And, you know, if Kino puts it out, sign me right up.
Yeah. Similarly, well, I grew up watching Big Daddy all the time. It's the dadcore, era, I would say. The beginning of the middle phase of Sandler. And it's probably in the same way that like Happy Gilmore is like the huge hit of like what formed Sandler as the comedy legend that he is. I think this is like Big Daddy's kind of like the next big hit of like,
yeah,
oh no, he's here to stay forever.
I've actually never seen this one.
Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's super sweet. It's got all the lowbrow aspects, but he's, fish out of water having to be a dad, sort of thing.
This was a constant one for me as a kid too.
Same. Scuba Steve.
VHS, yeah. I feel like this one will be out first.
Big Daddy?
Between all three of these, yeah. Somebody will put Big Daddy out. It's a classic.
Is there a Waterboy 4K?
Ooh.
Because that was another massive movie for him.
There's not a 4K of that, nor is there a 4K of The Wedding Singer, which people love. I didn't really grow up with that one either.
Yeah, me either. I've seen it, but it wasn't like in rotation.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, Kino, it looks like there's
Come
at
on.
least 4 titles sitting right on the table for you.
Yeah. Grant some wishes, would you?
Okay, that is it for another episode of Physical Therapy, a movie podcast. A huge thank you to Patrick Laban for our incredible music, to Kimberly for producing. Thank you, Drew, for returning once again.
We loved it.
Anytime. I'd be happy to return. And thank you for having me. I love you guys.
We love you, Drew.
We love you, Drew.
If you're enjoying the show, please follow us on Instagram at PT Movie Pod and leave us a comment, review, whatever you want to do. We'll take it. We will be back next week talking Sunset Boulevard, one of my all-time favorite movies. Have you seen Sunset Boulevard, Sam?
Not since film school.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, it's so good.
We will see you then.